Well, I want to talk about some folks, but I got to say that for Lowndes County High School. After Mr. and Mrs. J exhumed the remains of their loved one, which took an act of Congress Representative Scott for them to do that. Normally you don't need anything but the money. You can move your remains of your loved ones whenever you want to, but they didn't want KJ's remains to come up. Second autopsy was performed, and I know some of y'all have heard the story, but believe it or not, there are some that have not. And even when you tell this story over and over again, you still left with the same feeling like, do they think this? Me and my partner say, you can't make some of this stuff up, you gotta live it. Second autopsy conflicted the first autopsy. Said that Kendrick died by blunt force trauma. For those of you that remember, the EMT's original report had that statement in there as well. But not just that. Some of you guys got a heavy crash course lesson into organs that are missing from people all across this nation. And it's mostly black, brown, and low-income folks. So Kendrick was missing every major organ in his body, and he was missing his tongue and his windpipe. And it's funny, Mr. J, a lot of people they don't even talk about that anymore. Like they don't got, desensitized Brother Leonard Jones to that. Somebody even told me that, that's a normal practice, they do that. Well, we understand that organs are removed from the body and the autopsy is performed, but usually they're put in a bag and they put right back into the body. So the question about Kendrick's organs, that's just part of this 7-layer cake, right? So Sheriff Prine closed the case. Again, said the death was accidental. And now it has been under the hands of U.S. Attorney Michael Moore out of the Middle District of Georgia, located in Macon, Georgia. We're going on 14 months before Mike Brown was shot. And Mike Brown deserves the mobilization efforts that was KJ. Before Eric Gardner was choked out, let me rephrase that, choked to death. He didn't just pass out, right? There was KJ. Before young Tamir Rice was playing with that toy gun and was shot and killed and his sister slammed to the ground, if y'all ain't seen the new extended video, there was Kendrick Johnson. This Black Lives Matter movement caught fire after these incidents were put across the national airways, but in that time, the family of Kendrick Johnson sat and they watched. And see, I know him well, so listen, I might as well get me a little place down here in Valdosta where I keep coming back up and down this road and the way I talk to them. They sat and they watched people jump on board and get fired up and be in support of other families. But never did they selfishly say, hey, ain't nobody supporting us. They just stayed grinding along with you guys here, along with Team KJ, along with others who have been supporting them. And now the momentum is shifting to Valdosta, Georgia. So it has been 14 months since Michael Moore has taken this case. We understand that there are some other entities that I'll speak on later when we get to Lowndes County High School that have come on board in getting justice for Kendrick Johnson. Before I pass this mic to Urban Light, I promise you this, tell a friend, tell a family member to get on this KJ bandwagon. I like to call it this midnight train to Georgia.
That's right.
Because this case, and I can say this standing in front of this family, I'm not belittling or simplifying their son. This case will go down in the history of the nation. This case is the largest police corruption case in the history of the state of Georgia. Let me rephrase, since they've been keeping record, because this case reeks of the 1940s and 30s and 20s and 50s. when they used to do our loved ones any kind of way, and as long as this person was cool with that person or that person knew this person, nothing ever happened. Let me save some of this. We're going to keep this thing going. And each speaker that comes up, we're only going to do a couple. We're only going to do a couple because remember, we're going to assemble and make this whole city hear us headed to the scene of the what? The scene of the what? The scene of the what? Justice! 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 Urban Light, come touch this mic again.
What's up, y'all? Make some noise. Just the mere fact that you're here, you know I'm a preacher, right? So turn to your neighbor to the left and the right and just smile and say, I thank you for coming. Just the fact that you are here shows your support for this family. Because there are a lot of people that are not here that should be here. Right, somebody? If you are here from the National Action Network, make some noise. If you are here from It's Bigger Than You, make some noise. If you are here from the Johnson family, make some noise. If you are here from Valdosta, make some noise. If you are here from Atlanta, make some noise. Now everybody make some noise. U-N-I-T-Y, U-N-I-T-Y, that's a unit. U-N-I-T-Y, U-N-I-T-Y, until we all come together in unity, unity, until we all come together in unity. I don't need no mic, it's all right. U-N-I-T-Y, U-N-I-T-Y, that's a unity. U-N-I-T-Y, U-N-I-T-Y, until we all come together in unity, unity, until we all come together in unity. Launch out into the deep. This is what I heard the Lord speak to me. Now you wonder what the deep is. This is what the deep is. It's the people out in the streets, the homeless, the hurting, the poor, broke, busted, and disgusted. Truth be told, is what most of us would be without God's grace and mercy. You see, I want to go out into the uttermost and the guttermost and tell them there's a God that loves them the most. You see, I want to go and speak to Shaniqua, Lexus, Tyrone, and Raheem and tell them you can live the same dreams that Martin Luther King dared to dream. See, I'm sick and tired of MTV, VH1, and BET portraying our people as if we don't have souls. It's up to me and you to go back in the street and take back control. Yeah, I want to be like Captain Kirk and go where no man has gone before. To tear down injustice doors. So my sisters and my brothers, won't you come and go with me? Won't you flow with me back into the street? Because our children are dying, lost every day in the deep.